All right, Oblate Orange Sports Network. Such a time as this. We're here on Friday. It's
Christmas Eve again.
Christmas Eve, Clemson Eve.
Excuse me. I apologize. That's my bad.
So every Friday is Clemson Eve during football season. And
it's almost Christmas Eve.
Looking forward to a great show. We're not doing it on Saturday because it's a away game, and this is came out here Friday. We Bob LEDFORDS Adventure Homes, 198 Bob LEDFORD Drive. Came on board yesterday, and they're going to get on here in about 20 minutes and talk about their place.
Yep.
So we're going to break it down like nobody breaks it down. We're going to break down football. We're going to talk about the business, and we're going to do picks at the end. Before we get started, besides Bob LEDFORD Adventure Homes, a couple of sponsors we want to give a shout-out to. Wake and Bake. We're going to be doing the Carolina game there. Live show. We don't know the time yet. Color Chaos.
Probably 7 o'clock, so we're probably going to do it around 12, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, I hope it's going to be a night game. Michael Dent, Allstate. He's in Powdersville. Big Clemson fan. Great guy. I actually went to school with him. He called me up.
Nice.
And so Anderson Ford, we did a show there last week.
We did.
Did a show there last week. They came on board and they renewed. Kia of Anderson. Diamonds Gold and Direct renewed this year. We did the Wake Forest game there. And just a couple things I want to mention, guys. It's free to do this. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. We're going to be giving away a free product, an IBO shirt, hoodie, cap, something that we choose every week on the podcast. We're trying to get the numbers up on the subscriptions. So go to our YouTube channel. All our shows and podcasts are broadcast on our YouTube channel. Before we get football, basketball. It's such a time as this. We got basketball and we got football.
Well, actually, I'm going to go one before that. That last night, the Savannah Bananas played at Clemson. That was pretty exciting. I actually watched that one on YouTube, and that was so much fun. That was so neat to watch that.
I saw them on ESPN this summer, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I didn't know. This guy walks out on stilts, and they're doing backwards
flips.
Did
that last night.
He did?
He did.
It's like 12, 13 feet up in the air. And so they were at Clemson yesterday. And, they got 3.5 million YouTube subscribers.
Yep.
So a lot of entertainment.
Clemson was the first Division I team that actually played there. And, and it was neat. It was neat. It was just a neat experience. The kids, they were excited because even Savannah Bananas actually said that Clemson came out right on a horse and they got right into it and played with. Clemson tried to do some trick plays. They actually did a couple of them.
Was there a final score?
One of them flopped. But was
there a final score there?
Savannah Banana won, but
they won.
It was
that didn't really.
But again, you got to realize that the ruling on how that is played, because you could score 15 runs, but you only get 1 point. Whoever's leading, that's how it works. And so their scores are always very low. It's never going to see a blowout.
Yeah.
And so it's very interesting how they keep score on that stuff. So. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out. That was a neat thing, and it was very unique. What's going to be cool is next year is they're actually going to do Savannah Banana Ball at Death Valley. They're going to do it in the stadium.
In the Death Valley Stadium?
Yes, they're going to do it in the stadium itself.
That's great.
Going to be. They're going to have 81,000 fans there watching it in the.
They're going to get it up like a baseball.
It's going to be neat.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So anyway,
making baseball great again. So, before we get into football, basketball started. Now I was talking to you yesterday actually about the basketball team, and we got into the ACC tournament. We played Boston College, lost first round. The year before that, we lost in the NIT is the number one ranked team.
Yep.
And we lost. I said, here we go again. The coach is gone, and then also we won the first round, and then we won the second round. Then we won third round. Started getting my attention. We actually made it to the Elite 8. I actually enjoyed that. We played Monday night. We beat Charleston Southern by about 30
second
points.
time that Clemson's made it to the Elite 8.
Has ever done that.
The second time.
And so we lost P.J. Hall, but we gained the 7'2" guy from Duke. And we really haven't lost anybody else. I have a feeling we're going to be better this year than we were last year.
It's too early to tell.
We got a 7 o'clock game.
I'd like to see that.
We got a 7 o'clock game tonight at Little John.
Yep.
With a team I really hadn't heard of. I think they're like a 30-point favorite. But it'd be interesting. We usually have a lot of games, and we get about 10-0, and you can't really judge the season on basketball. Because then we start playing the ACC right
when you
around.
Get into the meat and potatoes. That's when you really know how you're going to
start playing the Dukes and the North Carolina. So basketball started. Football's 4 games left. Unbelievable. It's
still got a lot of season left in football.
So gone by too quick, and just we're at the game last week. We got about all the home games,
Yes,
and
we were.
I did not have the warm fuzzies
That was
driving back
tough.
home.
No.
So,
Matter of fact, you turned the radio off. You wouldn't even listen to the pregame show. I did the postgame show.
Yeah,
You're like, I'm not going to listen.
yeah, you kept. Let's listen to some music, but Dabo did a speech. His regular speech and everything, and he's talking about bringing everybody together, getting momentum back. We just didn't have the momentum. It didn't seem like we had the will to win. The spark wasn't there.
The spark wasn't there, and that was the disappointment the fans had. There just wasn't a that killer instinct, if you will. That's what it was. As I mentioned to you,
and it was a bye week. I mean, they had a bye week before.
The defense would hit the guy, but they wouldn't wrap up. It was little things that were going through, and I realized that the defense, the stats were sliding a little bit, but that to me was the things that was going there. And then, to Louisville's credit, Louisville kept doing the right things over and over and over again.
Well,
and it wasn't great football, but they were doing the right things constantly. And when we thought at second half, we thought Clemson would make some adjustments. There were no adjustments. Not one
second half
time. There was no adjustments made.
Well, they averaged right at 8 yards a carry. You can't win a football game.
7.2 actually.
Well, I thought 7 point. Close enough. 7.7 yards, 8 yards. It's too much.
It's too much. I agree.
On the running game. You're not going to win many games like that. So, anyways, brush it off. We're going up to Blacksburg. We got a 3:30 game. That's a tough environment to play in. We haven't been up there in a while. But
fun road trip, by the way.
So, excuse me. Well, Tyler Brown, I think they're going to redshirt. He's been out for a couple of games.
Yep.
And you got Peter Woods is questionable. He's day by day, and so we got a couple players. Their quarterback was out last game, and the running back and their day by day. They'll announce that right before the game. So hopefully we're going to come back with some billions.
Something tells me he's going to play.
Well, you remember when we lost to Georgia and how we came out of the App State game?
Oh yeah,
yeah. So hopefully we got that kind of attitude when we hit the field. And
and by the way, App played last night by Coastal and Coastal destroyed App.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
So watch that game a little bit.
App's had a tough season.
But anyway, we're not talking about App.
So we're going into the 12-game playoffs, and this is interesting because this is the first time we've ever done this, and we're on the fringes way out there now.
We are very, very much so.
And as a Clemson fan, all we can do is hope for the next game. Take it one play at a time, but also we want any chance to get into the ACC championship is the only way we're going to have any kind of avenue at this point to the playoffs.
We have to run it out, and we have to have somebody stumble. That's what.
Yeah, we have to have Miami, and preferably Pittsburgh's the team that's going to have to lose. They've got one loss, but they're right.
Well, Pittsburgh.
Miami's undefeated.
To be fair, we played Pittsburgh.
Huh?
We played Pittsburgh in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that game's going to decide itself. It's Miami is the game you really.
Let me erase that. SMU.
Oh, SMU.
SMU, yeah.
That's
Pittsburgh, we got a chance. Pittsburgh's got the same record we got. We're actually number 3 in the ACC. SMU has got one loss, but SMU is ranked ahead of us. They're ranked at number 12, 13. So we need SMU to lose. And they got all ACC games. They only got 3 games left, but they're Virginia, I think, NC State, and California or somebody.
Yeah.
So one of them teams.
California, they could lose.
If we can win out, win the rest of our ACC games, rest of our games, and they can lose an ACC game against Virginia, California, I believe NC State, or Georgia Tech, one of those teams, then we'll go to the ACC championship. So we're not where we want to be right now, but we're actually a little bit better than we were last year. I remember we were 4-4, and Tyler from Spartanburg came on. Remember him?
I do.
And I'd come back from Clemson. I was tired. I was going to get a pizza. Got home. I didn't feel like cooking.
Caesars, as a matter of fact.
They were giving me free pizza. I was getting free pizzas at Little Caesars because of my show. This show, Little Caesars, I'm going to come down there tomorrow and get me a free pizza, maybe tonight. They give me a free pizza. We love your show. Here's a pizza on us. So I got my Little Caesars pizza, and I just happened to have it on the channel, 95.7 The Roar, and Dabo was on there. And I got back in the car, and, all sports is about momentum.
Absolutely.
It's all momentum.
I've always said that it's the college football, but college sports is very indicative of the coach, and they feed off the coach.
Well, behind every great team is a great coach.
Absolutely.
Period.
No matter what, they feed off the coach.
Do your research,
and so
I got my free pizza. I got back in the car. I had it on the Dabo was on, and I got in the car and I'm riding down the road. I recorded the last time because I knew something was going on. He got on there and he started talking. We're not going to get too much into this, but I'm going somewhere with
I
this.
didn't think we were going there.
Well, we're not going to go way there. We're just going to go there because I'm going to prove a point here. So this guy's,
where are you at?
This guy's talking. I'm not going to go into details, but I'm listening to this call live, and I'm thinking, I've never heard a call like this. This call is going to go viral. And he was basically doing a little character assassination. I'll leave it at that. And I was just waiting. Dad wasn't saying anything, wasn't saying anything. Right as I was driving in the driveway, he goes, I've had enough, Tyler. That's it. And he just went on for about 25, 30 minutes.
But what it did is it sparked
the
Tigers the entire time. And that from that point on, it's no looking back.
Yeah, it's all about momentum.
Exactly what it was.
And that's what I was getting at is we went, nobody thought we were going to beat Notre Dame. And it really wasn't that close of a game.
It wasn't. And
the real Tyler from Clemson made that Odell Beckham catch. Remember that? Mm-hmm. We did I Bleed Orange shirt. So that brought back momentum. So we're going to have to just brush ourselves off, come back, and play the way we've been playing 6 games before that game.
Yep.
And so
I couldn't have said it better myself.
That's going to be 3:30 on ESPN. Vegas has Clemson by 6. So, I mean, that's not a big spread.
It is not. It is not a big spread at all.
Not a big spread at all.
And it's at Blacksburg, which that's 3 points right there. So that's a tough one. We'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, we've had a fairly interesting season. I mean, all around. I mean, and you mentioned Peter Woods is questionable.
He's questionable.
And there's some other players too, right?
Yeah.
I know
Tyler Brown.
We talked about him being redshirted.
Tyler Brown, they're redshirted. He had an ankle injury a couple games ago, so he's been out for a while. Just good. They're going to give him another year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah. So we're excited. We're excited about basketball. I mean, you got to be positive. It's better than it used to be back in the Tommy Bowden days and all.
I don't know. When I was at school, we had the Twin Towers, though, so it was fun. We used to sit down there behind the goals down there. It was so much fun as a student. It was so much fun back in those days.
Yeah. I was explaining to her about the Paul and everything, giving her some history of Death Valley and the Rock and all that stuff, how the Paul got at 1 o'clock. You know where Southern Tide is?
It's got to be tilted.
Yeah, the guy at Southern Tide, it used to be Henderson Advertisement. They went to Henderson Advertisement. I don't know if I'm right with the years.
Angle.
Let's
watch this.
Look,
45-degree angle.
45-degree angle.
Got to make.
Well, no, it's got to be at 1 o'clock.
It's a 45-degree angle.
1 o'clock because they didn't have any night games back then. When you're a real Clemson fan, you'll be riding down the road and you'll notice a magnet. You're like,
now that tells you whether they're a real fan or not, because you'll know if you see the Paul like this, they got to tilt it.
If the Hat's watching this, he had a thing when he'd go and park at a restaurant, he'd see one, he'd change it because it wasn't right.
That's right.
So every once in a while, I'll be riding on the road and I'll see it at 11 o'clock, and I'm like, they don't know the reason they did.
That's right.
So it was at 1 o'clock because they didn't have no night games. And so anyways, they got that from a Chicago museum. Bengal Tiger tenant had a little river thing in it. They got it. It's not just trademark; it's registered.
It is.
And the guy, I believe, still alive. He's like 98, 97 years old.
I have no idea.
He's made millions and millions of dollars off that. And if you notice, we never put Pauls on our stuff because when I went and met with compliance over at Clemson, they're like, if you want to do that, and I love Clemson, but they make a lot of money. We have to send them a check every month to have Paul in there. And I think we look better without Paul. We're unique. We're the most exciting sports network in the nation. It's got to go in that way, though.
Yeah, I got that. That's okay. It's reversed. If you take it out, it's still pointing proper.
Yeah. So, all right. Got a lot going on. We got 4 games left. Some teams got 3 games left. We're getting into the holiday season. I tell you what, it didn't feel like the holiday season. It's like, 80 degrees today?
Well, you're in the South. I mean, I remember many of the days at Christmas.
It'd be 32 Sunday.
My parents' back deck at 75 degrees on Christmas Day. So, I mean, it's the South.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't get cold until January, February.
It came up on my timeline last year. I was in Clemson, and it was 29 degrees this time last year, the same day, a year ago. And here it is 80. So that's the South. You wake up.
Global warming.
Wake up. You wake up, you got a sweater, jacket on, and then by about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you got shorts and a T-top on, and you're ready to go swimming.
That's right. As a matter of fact, last week I thought it was going to be I had brought a sweatshirt for the game, and then I was afterwards. I was like, warm. Not taking the sweatshirt.
It was a little warm.
I didn't wear it, and glad I didn't because I'd have regretted that decision. So yeah.
And then we went to that NC State game. Remember that game at noon?
It
was the second hottest game I ever went to. Gonna enjoy it. phone overheated.
Let's get them over here to talk about.
Yeah, y'all come on over.
About Adventureland, and we'll go from there, and let's get all this squared away. And
Y'all come over.
y'all come in here. Come on in.
Get all in.
I'm coming in.
Come on in.
All right. Well, there I am. Where I am. There I am. All right.
I don't know.
So I came by here yesterday. For years, been driving down 85. They've been here for 50 years. We were upstairs overlooking the place. I don't know how many motorhomes they have. Y'all have a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
The most we've ever had.
And they're nice. And Clemson fans, you need one motorhome down here. We looked at a few, got in some.
Making RVs great again.
Making RVs great again. 50 years, Bob LEDFORDS. And so we're so glad to have them on as a sponsor. And we're going to do everything we can to get the word out and promote you guys. So tell us a little bit about you. It's a family-owned business, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you mentioned, we've been around for 50 years. My grandfather started it in Asheville as a used car dealership, but discovered the magic of RVs and started selling RVs. And then we came down to the Greenville area. We sell everything from travel trailers to Class A, Class B, Class C, motorized. So whether you know that you're looking for a Tiffin bus.
That would be the really big ones, by the way, the Class A.
Yes,
Yeah.
Class A. That's the big ones. Yes, motorized big. Yes. So whether you know you're looking for a large Tiffin bus or you've never even gone inside of an RV before, we pride ourselves in our sales staff knows how to educate you in all things RV, can walk you through the whole process and really figure out what's best for you and your family, you and your wife or husband, wherever you want to travel.
Yeah, and great to take to the game, too.
They are perfect for tailgating.
Tailgating,
Yes.
you can't beat
My
it.
friend of mine and his wife, they have one of these like this
Oh,
one
yeah.
here, very similar. They love that thing.
IBO needs one of these.
They actually love
We
it.
need one.
Yes. We just
Yeah.
need Clemson to
That's
give
one of
us
my,
a little
that's
bit
one of
more
my ultimate
motorsport.
things down
Yeah,
there.
we'll paint it orange and put the IBO logo on it. So, yeah, it's a perfect location off 85. I've driven by here for years and just decided, actually, Pendleton Candy Company, Kimberly Blackwell's sister works here. And I was in there about 2 weeks ago, and she said, you need to call my sister. And so I called, and that's kind of how that got set up. Met them yesterday about 3 o'clock, and here we are. So we got them for a year. And we're going to do all we can. We're going to include you in the articles, put you on the website, do a little SEO marketing for you. And so y'all got anything else you
I
want
was
to
going to
say?
say, do you have any specials going on right now?
We always have specials going on. We do have a lot of deals on Winnebagos right now, but
Nice.
especially as we go towards the holiday season, we'll continue to have more. And then our biggest show of the year is coming up January 3rd through the 5th at the Convention Center.
Oh.
So if you want
Yeah, Greenville.
to come and see really any type of RV from any manufacturer, the show is a great place.
And when is that?
It's January 3rd through the 5th at the Convention
Okay.
Center.
Yeah, they advertise that a lot on TV. A lot of people go there.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a big place.
It
down
is too, and they
Yeah.
put a lot of them in there too.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
we do. We bring a lot.
They put a
So you
lot
have
of
any idea how many you have? It's over 1,000.
It's a lot. And
That's
we
a
do,
lot.
this is our set. So we do have 2 locations. So we also have a location
Yeah.
if you're in Myrtle Beach. We have a location down there too.
In Asheville.
Not in Asheville anymore. We started in
Oh, you
Asheville.
started in
We
Asheville.
started in
Okay, I remember you
so
saying that you're from
We're
Asheville.
strong supporters of
started off
Western North
as
Carolina.
a car dealership in Asheville,
Yes.
and they moved.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha,
Yes.
gotcha.
Yes. Yep.
So
I was
you get
listening.
Thank you.
me and them go at it every show. We're used to it. We hardly ever agree on the picks. We'll see how we do, and then we rub
We
it in.
got the Carolina one last week.
We all got the Carolina one last week. We all picked Carolina, and they were not favored. So
Sadly.
we're gonna talk a little bit more football in about 10 minutes. Y'all want to come on and do picks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Appreciate it. Be back in about 10 minutes
Thank you.
or less.
Absolutely.
See what we're sitting at.
Just hang on. So, anyway, where you want to go with this now?
Well, Oregon #1, right?
Yeah.
Georgia 2. Georgia playing
3,
Ole Miss.
right?
No, Georgia's 3. Georgia's 3.
Georgia's 3.
2.
Depends on poll.
No, I'm talking about the college playoffs.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry.
But anyways, Georgia lost to Alabama. They're
Yes.
playing Ole Miss at Ole Miss, but
It's gonna be.
I don't know. Georgia, we ended up playing #1 team in the nation. Started off, we had been talking about the offseason how the offense was going to be different, and then we all went down to Clemson Arena, did a live show down there.
Yep.
Everybody came down, and we just watched the show down there. Watched the game down there, and it looked like last year.
Looked like last week. If you want to.
It looked like last week.
Looked like last week.
And then, I think we needed that, actually. The defense actually didn't play too bad. I think they got in the fourth quarter of that Georgia game. They got worn out.
Right.
And then Georgia started putting on some points there in the fourth quarter. I was at the App State
And
game.
to be fair, that was because the defense had just gotten worn out.
Yeah, they were on the field the whole daggum game just
all.
about.
And when you constantly do that and you don't let the defense get any rest, they're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Yeah, not only that, then we went to the App State game. You know how the season's going to go, and it was electric. It was a night game, the first home game of the year, and we set a record for the most points ever scored by Clemson in the first quarter, most yards, most touchdowns, everything. So then the term came out, and I know you say I didn't invent it, but it was razzle dazzle, baby, razzle dazzle, because we were doing the razzle dazzle that you saw that Deshaun Watson did, Trevor did. And then from there, like me and Rob on the podcast are just basically talking about everything's gone vanilla, it's gone bland. And then the Appalachian State, they're doing flea flickers, they're doing long balls.
They made it exciting.
They made it exciting again.
They made it exciting.
You could feel the excitement. And
they made football great again.
They made the offense great again because it had been stale for a while. I mean, we had DJ for 2 years. And I got to mention Florida State. I just got to mention Florida State because we did the game at.
The problem with Florida State is they lost the wind. They a lot of things, and I'm just going to leave it.
Well, they were undefeated this time last year.
Well, they were, and my point is, and then all of a sudden when they lost, the quarterback broke his leg. They decided, the powers that be said, yeah, you can't be here, though you're undefeated. And that just, the players at that point said, the heck, what's the point? There's no purpose in this anymore.
Yeah.
And they just said, we're done.
So,
which is sad.
A funny story about
the NIL, and that's why I'm totally opposed to the NIL.
They were ranked, if I'm correct, they were ranked 5th or 6th, something crazy like that, 7th, 8th.
I don't remember.
They were in the top 10.
I think 5th.
5th, yeah.
I think 5th.
So I was down there at Fred Anderson Toyota.
Don't mark me down. Don't
I was there in April, and the guy, big Clemson fan, we did a show out there. He takes me in the office, got all this Clemson stuff. He goes, let me see what game I want. He goes, I want that FSU game. You got that one pick? Got that one? Yeah. I was like, oh, it's available. That's the one I want. And then we get out there, and they're like 1-6 or something. Yeah. They're 1-7 or 8 now. I'm at 1-8 now, I think.
It still was a good show, but yeah. Yeah,
that was a good show. That was right after the hurricane.
Yeah,
that was right after the hurricane. We're out there, and it was real. We're outside doing that. It's like 85 degrees that day.
No, the hurricane was
hurricane. I did at El Humidor. You couldn't make it.
That was
the show must go on. So Mike's stuck in Greenville. I was in Clemson and went down there, set up at El Humidor. They had a little. You can go back.
Stanford. That was Stanford.
It was a Stanford game. I went to the game. And Mike's like, I can't make it. I'm sitting out there like, the show must go on. So we're at this Mexican bar restaurant. I'm sitting out on the deck on Clemson Boulevard.
No power.
Oh, we had power down there.
I had no power.
And there are about 16 women and guys and girls, whatever, from each, like 22 to 30, about 3 or 4 margaritas in the wind. And I'm like, all right, the show must go on. Who wants to get on camera with me? And that tall dude did it. I'm trying to remember his name.
He did a good job.
He did a really good job. He was about 6'7".
He did a good job.
He calls up his mom. He calls up his dad. He's like, I'm going to be famous, Mom, Dad.
He did a very good job.
And he got out there. He knew his football.
He did.
He had a different name. I can't remember his name.
That's okay.
I should get a phone number. If you ever can't make it, I'm going to call him.
Yep.
So we actually had a pretty good show there. And then we went Stanford game. And, we had some complaints about that. But the bottom line is.
I mean, the complaints, and they were ill-founded because the truth is Clemson had their own power. And the truth is you needed to give people some excitement, something, because
there was nothing we could do.
Dude, there was nothing going on anywhere. Everything was
I knew I didn't have power back in the house.
As far as the eye could see, from every direction, everything was just shut down.
Yeah.
I mean,
and not only that, gave you time to get away and not
and
enjoy something, not think about it for a while.
Get away for a while. That was it.
You have vendors that make money.
Hey, I tried to get to Clemson.
Yeah,
it was shut down. It was tertiary. I take tertiary roads one, but the moment I realized I'm taking 45 minutes to go a quarter mile, I said, I'm not doing this. It's not happening.
I mean, you don't know what you got. You don't know what you got. You don't got it anymore. And I pulled up the gas station. Things on empty. The gas station was like something out of a war. I mean, it was crazy.
It was bad.
You're backed up. It takes 20 minutes. I get up there, and it's cash.
Generators.
It's cash only, and I got no cash on me. And I said, so the guy in front of me is like cash only. I said, well, they got an ATM. Well, there's no electricity in there. You can't get any money. So the guy's like, look, I'll spot you 30. I said, well, I'll sell you the money. And if it wasn't for that, I'd been stuck in Clemson with no gas.
Let's get the pick started. Let's get some things going.
All right. Yeah, we're about 25 minutes into this.
Let's get some pick started. We'll get this stuff going.
You want to come on in?
And talk about this. We'll talk about these.
All right.
Let's get it rolling.
All right. So we got, make sure we're on both the screens.
Hey, we're
All right.
back. These guys are good. Look at this.
All right. So I'll start off first. We got the Miami Georgia Tech game. It's a noon game. It's on ESPN. Vegas has Miami by 11, but they're playing in Atlanta, playing at Georgia Tech. I'm a Clemson fan. I got to pull against Miami. They're undefeated. They're ranked 4th right now. I mean,
so you're taking Georgia Tech. Is that what I'm hearing?
I want to.
I mean, you pick it. It's your choice.
Whether they win or not, I'm gonna go on a limb. I'll say Georgia Tech's gonna win it.
Are you really?
That's gonna help.
I'm gonna go last.
Okay. Anybody else? Y'all, Georgia Tech?
I'm going with Miami. They're on a good streak right now, so I'm going Miami.
I'm totally biased. Yeah, Miami. I mean, I mean, interrupt, but Miami. They've been talking about it the last 4 or 5 years, and they've proved it with Cam, the quarterback. He's the Heisman Trophy candidate, and they've actually stepped up to the game, and they're looking good this year.
I'm going to go with Miami.
Miami? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be the odd
I'm
man.
a Clemson fan, and I don't want anything to do with Georgia.
And that's going to be 3 because I'm also going with Miami.
Yeah, I'm the odd man
Because to
out,
be
but
fair with you, as much as I'd like to see Miami lose this game, I don't think Miami's going to lose it. Now, I'm going to go one further than that. I think they're going to beat that spread.
You think so?
I think they're going to win by 17.
I mean, you got 11. They're playing at Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
in
but I
Atlanta,
think they're going to beat that. Georgia Tech is not the same Georgia Tech's been. Now, they're not terrible this year, but they're not the same team. And the difference with it is Miami is starting to believe in themselves.
Yeah.
And again, that goes back to your coach. Once they start believing, hey, you got to watch out for them at that point. Now it's scary, and that's what's going on. And so I think Miami is going to take that game, and it's going to be. I think that's a good bet.
All right, we got the Dogs. Roof, number 3. Started out number 1. They're number 3 at Ole Miss. Got number 3 Georgia at Ole Miss. Ole Miss, not a bad team. They're you never know how Ole Miss is going to show up.
So you got a number 3 versus 16.
16. Vega's got Uga, University of Georgia by 2.5.
That's Uga. Got to say it right.
Uga the dog. Uga. University of Georgia.
Yeah.
ABC 3:30. They're going to be playing the same time we are.
I mean, any real fan hates. I mean, any real Clemson fan. I mean, not these new Clemson fans.
I'm not a Georgia hater.
Hate Georgia. I mean, back in our day, it was always the show after the show.
Yeah.
There was always a good fight that happened afterwards.
Yeah, and hopefully they have us on their schedule or them on our schedule more. We need to play them more often. It's
we
good
do
rivalry.
because they're too close. It's always fun. I mean, don't misunderstand. The thing about it is both programs respect each other, but they hate each other. It's just the way it is. They really do, and that's just the way it is.
And Herschel Walker never scored a touchdown on us. Just remember that.
That is true.
One of the greatest players of all time in college.
Absolutely.
I'm taking Georgia. Even though I'm pulling for Ole Miss, but I'm taking Georgia. I spread 2.5 Georgia. I think it's going to be a close game. Just simply because they're playing at Ole Miss.
It's a close game.
All right.
2.5 is a very close game.
I am hoping that Ole Miss makes Georgia sweat a little, but
I think that'll happen.
I have to pick Georgia.
Yeah. Georgia's been solid the last 5, 6
Still bitter
years.
from them beating Clemson, but I have to pick Georgia.
Yeah.
Once again, Clemson fan, not of Georgia. I'm going to take Ole Miss. I think
Whoa.
Ole Miss is going to upset
Ole Miss.
Georgia.
Okay.
We got this recording saved.
I'm looking. That's right.
My heart tells me that Georgia is going to take this, but I'm going to go on the limb, and I'm going to go with Ole Miss. I do think that it's going to be within 3 points.
I'm taking
no
Georgia.
question about it. So I'm it's probably wishful thinking,
Mhm.
but I'm going to go with Ole Miss. But that spread is pretty accurate right there, I think, on this one.
Yeah. I'm pulling.
I don't think you can
I'm
have
pulling for Ole
2.5
Miss, but I'm
points,
still
but,
taking.
hey.
Yeah. Vegas. Vegas doesn't play around. A lot of people don't
Right,
understand. They had
2.5.
Vegas.
What's
On,
that?
they had Vegas on the election. Kind of told you something. But Vegas doesn't play around because you're dealing with money. Nobody likes to lose money, and Vegas usually wins. So when they come up with these numbers, they usually know what they're talking about. But I mean, I'm not pulling for Ole Miss, but I got Georgia. So then we get into Colorado. You got to like primetime Deion Sanders. He kind of reminds me of Muhammad Ali simply because Muhammad Ali used to run his mouth a lot, but Muhammad Ali backed it up. And Deion runs his mouth a lot, but Deion backed it up. You ever watched Deion when he played for the Cowboys? And what?
I gotta say a little. I gotta take a little disagreement.
We'll get over it. Let's just let me go.
I think he does back it up.
He does back. Well, he backed it up on the field. He's not doing too bad as a coach. They're number 20th. They've lost 2 games. Texas Tech's lost 2 games. They're not ranked, but they're playing Texas Tech. And Vegas has got 4. Colorado. I'm taking Colorado by 10. I think it'd be a 2-score game.
Okay.
I think so. I
think
think
they're going to cover the spread.
I think they are. His son plays quarterback. I mean, he got a little family involved there. So, I mean, 4 p.m. on Fox, I'm taking Colorado for the spread. I like to see Colorado somehow kind of sneak up in there and play in the college playoffs this year. It'd be interesting. It'd be good for football.
These are 2 teams I don't follow as well, but it's at Texas Tech. I'll give them the home advantage. I'm picking Texas Tech.
Okay.
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go with Texas. I think Texas is going to put a whooping on Colorado.
Ooh.
That's right. It's going to make Deion go back to Dallas.
I wouldn't like that. I'm a Cowboys fan. By the way, Cowboys is having a bye year. We're having a bye year. We'll be back next year.
Cowboys here. Okay, we ain't talking about Cowboys here. This is Clemson.
He got it started.
Prescott, sorry.
That's all Dallas needs. Dallas needs to get rid of Jerry Jones and Deion Sanders as coach, and I'll be a happy camper.
But it's not going to happen.
As a Cowboys fan.
I'm a Cowboy fan again, but that's not going to happen.
I catch more flack as a Cowboys fan than Gamecocks.
Myself personally, I also agree. I think Texas Tech is going to take that game. I think that I think Colorado is a little overrated, and I'm sorry, but I think so. I think that they've played some stuff, but the truth is, I don't think their strength of what they played is indicative, and I think they're going to get a good test this week. So I think the score is going to be bigger than that. I really do. I think Texas Tech's going to win. So there you go.
Okay. ABB. Anybody but Bama. We got a good game here, actually. I'm going to see this game. Alabama, number 11. If you're a Clemson fan, it's ABB. Anybody but Bama. Unless they're playing Carolina, and you're not sure. And Carolina should beat them. Should have beaten them this year.
I'd still vote for Carolina in that case.
Yeah. Well, I was pulling for Carolina. Don't tell nobody. Well, I guess they know now. But Alabama. Alabama is playing LSU at the other Death Valley, not the true Death Valley, but they're playing down there in the Bayou.
It's their version of it.
Yeah, LSU's 15. LSU's got a really good quarterback. Vegas has got Bama by 2.5. I am taking LSU by a touchdown. I think it's going to be close. I think somewhere in the fourth quarter, LSU is going to break free and win that game. So LSU, baby. Anybody but Bama. All right.
I have been taught since birth anyone but Bama. So I cannot pick Alabama, but I truly believe that LSU's got this because they have the home advantage. And my husband's from Louisiana, and he says that Death Valley is it is an intense place to play.
Oh, it is. They are intense fans. They are. I've been around some.
It is.
Even the music that the band plays, we won't go into. It's pretty crazy.
They play a slower version of Tiger Rag.
It's a huge college town.
It's like Southern drawl. It's like Tiger Rag with a Southern drawl.
So I am going with LSU.
LSU, 7:30 ABC. Okay, 2.5.
Very easy for me. I'm going to go with LSU. I just don't like Alabama.
Sorry, Vegas.
Well, I'm going to be the opposite guy, and I'm sorry. I don't want Alabama to win this. I would prefer LSU to win this game. I think Alabama's going to win this game. I do not think it's going to be by much more than a field goal. So I think that spread is pretty accurate. I think that's going to be a direct. That's going to be a dog fight.
So wimpy at every game, and now they don't have the home advantage. I don't think
you might be right. And you know what? I won't be
upset.
upset about it. So that's okay. But you're right. But
well,
we'll see.
The polls are a little bit biased. Alabama's lost 2 games, and they're in number 11. They're in the college playoffs.
They're
right
in
now.
the SEC.
My highlight, because Clemson's not where I want to be, and hopefully it'll change that. My highlight of the season was I came home, and it was an away game for Clemson, and they were playing Vanderbilt. And I was, we always watch at the Freight Yard in Spartanburg. I was fixing to go up there. I'm scrolling through the ESPN app, and I see Alabama, and I'm like, let's see that score right. And I scroll up, and they're ahead by like 2 scores going into halftime, and I'm like, that ain't gonna last. And then we got down the freight yard, had the Clemson game on the other game, and it was like, that was epic. And only in college football can you tear down a field goal, take it right down.
Vanderbilt, yeah.
Vanderbilt. Can you tear down a field goal, take it down downtown Nashville, and throw in the Cumberland River, and nobody goes to jail, and the cops.
That river is gross, in case you wanted to know.
But give me a break.
Is it?
That's the first time that they beat Alabama. You got to cut them some slack.
I think they did beat Alabama one time before,
No.
like 30
Well,
years ago.
that maybe,
Yeah, a long time ago.
But it's been many, many, many moons ago.
And Nick Saban, because he's on the ESPN Game Day, said that the easiest play. He goes, the easiest.
How about cursing Alabama?
Yeah, he goes, the
Cursed
easiest play that
Alabama.
they got in that game. The easiest place to play in the SEC is Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
He said that.
He cursed them. That is for sure. Talk about somebody probably wanting to take your words back. That was pretty funny. But that was awesome because they played that one over and over. That was great.
So you got Bama?
I got Bama on that one.
We all got
Don't
LSU.
misunderstand. I would love to see LSU win this game. I just think Alabama's going to pull that. I hope I'm wrong.
LSU.
I hope
LSU.
you are too.
I hope I'm wrong.
All right. Well, I don't know. I guess y'all didn't know this, but Clemson's playing tomorrow,
What time?
3:30,
3:30.
ESPN.
Who we playing?
Virginia Tech,
The
Blacksburg.
Hokies.
The Hokies, yeah.
Okay. The Turkeys.
Tough place. Blacksburg, tough place to play. We haven't played there in a while.
I don't really know what a Hokie is.
Huh.
What is a Hokie?
I don't know, man. I can't Google it right now.
I mean, it's a turkey, right?
Well,
They're
I didn't know what a Packer was until I Googled it. It's a cheese Packer, Green Bay Packers.
Yeah,
Well, some of these names
The
that come up.
Hokies are a turkey.
Well, your
They're the
husband,
Turkeys.
LSU and Clemson.
Yeah.
At least we got real mascots, Tigers. And then you got the Gamecocks down there. You got the Demon Deacons. I know what a deacon is, but
Well-
is it a deacon in church that's got demons? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
they're just some strange mascots. I mean,
yeah.
and at least we have a decent mascot.
Yeah.
Well,
There's some of them you got to understand it. Like
Buffaloes. I mean, Colorado
we'll get into that
Bulldogs. That's a
later. I'll
good
tell you
one.
some of them.
Miami Hurricane. I mean, a hurricane. I mean, the funniest
Well,
one.
hurricanes. Well, that's obvious. Look at all the hurricanes come through Miami.
Yeah. Well, I
I mean,
mean,
come on.
what's the mascot?
It's a hurricane. I don't know.
I'm trying to think if I've seen a Miami mascot. Is it a hurricane? They got a hurricane standing over there? The Bucknuts, I call them. The
Somebody
Buckeyes.
tell us
The Buckeyes is a freaking nut. Buckeyes. Bucknut.
Well,
I call them the
they're
Bucknuts.
nuts anyway.
And you got the what's his name? The nut on the side of the field. I don't
Woody
know.
Hayes?
Huh?
Oh, sorry.
No, he's got a name, but he's a nut. He's a Ohio State Buckeye nut, and he's a mascot.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I don't
That's
know.
my
He's
joke.
got a
Woody Hayes
name.
is my joke, and you didn't laugh at it. That's okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Do what now?
Never mind.
I
It's too
know
late.
all
It's
about
gone.
Woody Hayes.
It's
I
gone.
was
It's gone.
there. I was there.
It's gone. Yeah.
Google Saturday Night Live, Woody Hayes, John Belushi. They did a skit on that when he hit Clemson
Slide
players.
one step.
It's hilarious.
Just cut people out.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We're actually on both these screens. All right, I've lost my train of thought.
Anyway,
We're at Clemson game. Okay,
Playing Virginia Tech at 3:30. Start the game.
so Clemson jumped in the polls. They just happened to jump the wrong way this week. They went from 11 to 23.
They
Rough
deserve
game.
They deserve that stumble. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to.
Peter Woods is
I'm gonna call it
questionable.
like it is.
a couple of things. Tyler Brown, we talked about it earlier. He's redshirted. Their quarterback and their running back didn't play last week, and they won in a overtime against Syracuse by 3 points. They're questionable day by day. They said they're getting better. I think the quarterback and their running back's going to play. It sounded like the article I read the other day. But 3:30 game at Blacksburg. We got Clemson by 6. I think we PO'd. You don't know what that stands for. It stands for pissed off. And I think we ought to come out there playing a little bit angry the way we played. Hopefully, had a good practice. And
I think we're going to find out the real score of that game in the first 5 minutes of that game, to be honest with you.
yeah,
That's all we're going to find out.
and I think our offense is going to come back like it was looking the previous 6 games after the Georgia game
I
before
kind of
that.
agree with you.
But Virginia Tech's actually lost 3 games by under 21 points. Yeah.
You want me to lead this off?
Huh?
You want me to start it?
Start what?
You want me to start the picks?
No, I'm gonna pick.
Go ahead.
All right. So Vegas has got Clemson by 6. I think we go out there angry. I think we win by 19. I'm gonna go with the score.
See, that's fine.
Well, I mean, I don't know 19. Let's see.
Wait a minute, you stay with what you think now. Come on.
Well, I'm trying to do my math in my head, but I'm gonna pick a score
I know
for
that's
19.
good for you.
I'm gonna say we're gonna win by 3 scores. I think the game's gonna be. This will be a high scoring game. I think it'll be 28-42.
28-42.
Yeah, I think so. They got a pretty good offense. They're always known for a good offense.
They lowered it down though. It's not 19. You're right. 19.
Well, 3. That's why I went back 3 scores. I'm not. I'll place a bet on it later.
What do you think?
I was at the Clemson app game after they lost to Georgia, and they came out pretty angry, and they did really well. So
That's
I'm
what I
going
hope
with
to
Clemson. I think that they've got the fire under their butts now from the last loss, and I think they're going to do it. So
There we go.
Clemson.
Yeah.
Now we're
We
talking.
need to have 4 hats. We put them on. We got to have every
notice
team.
that Paul is properly placed,
Yeah.
even though it shows reversed here. It's not.
That's just like they get dry. I'm going to Clemson.
That's right.
I'm going to go with Virginia. I'm just kidding.
Uh-oh.
I'm going Clemson.
By the way,
We're going to remove him.
we have never picked against Clemson. We were watching the other day. We were watching Vapor Nation. Me and you were.
Yeah.
We're up there, and I was showing them. And he goes, oh, I think Georgia's good. But anyways, we've never picked against Clemson.
I'm going to go with Clemson, and I want them to keep that fire.
Yeah, bring it back. Razzle dazzle.
We need to keep it there. I think they're a great team. We need to keep pushing it, and we need to stay focused for the most part.
And I also am going to go here. I think Clemson's going to blow out that spread. I think it is exactly what you said. I think that Clemson is going to come out. They're going to be pissed off.
Yeah.
And they're going to light it up. Yeah. And here's a clue, coaches. Take a look at this. Find out what it takes to keep that motivation going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's what you need to carry them out.
Yep.
They're going to win by 20 points.
Yeah.
And you can mark that down.
I think
because
we're
that's
gonna be
what's going to
happy.
happen.
Yep.
Clemson's going to blow Virginia Tech out because they're mad.
Mhm.
But you better find a way to keep that intensity up, and
Yeah.
that's the only way
It's
you're
all.
going to do it.
Yeah, we
Period.
got. It's all about momentum and talent and belief, and
We got the players.
We got the
No
players.
question
And we
about
got the
it,
talent on
but you
defense.
You got to have the intensity.
Yeah.
That's what it takes.
Yeah. So we've all picked that.
Yeah.
Next week we got Pitt.
That's a game, but we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, we got Pitt next game. Then we got Citadel.
Citadel.
And then we got Gamecocks. So Pitt.
So we
Citadel.
have a bye. So we play Pitt, and we have a bye.
Well, Citadel never beat Carolina a couple of years ago.
I know, but we have a bye.
We're all going to that game, by the way. Bethany's coming up. Her and her
I'm going to
husband.
that game.
Yeah, we're going to be a big tailgate thing.
I mean, I end up going half the
It's
time
probably gonna
anyway,
be a
whether I
noon.
go to the game or not. You know,
It's probably
I hang
gonna be
out
a
with some of my
noon.
buddies down there, so it's
Probably going to be a noon game.
What's a 45-minute drive? Ain't nothing. I do it all the time every day of my job.
So we're out here at Adventure Motorhomes and 198 Bob Lefford Lane.
Drive.
Drive.
Get it
drive.
right. Get it right.
Just put it in Google and it will come
He
up.
did that the
drive.
other day. He does Anderson Boulevard. He goes Anderson Street. I'm like,
It is right. Don't listen to him.
He did.
If you know where the airport is, and 14 is, it runs parallel right there. You get off on the airport exit, keep going, and get off on 14, come around the
You
back
can't
way.
miss it. Look go down.
Yeah, they got a
85. You'll see them.
yeah
And
perfect
just
location in
14.
Greer.
Come around. You'll come right to it.
Yeah, not too far from BMW. Right
Or
near
put
the
it in your
airport.
GPS and it'll take you right here.
Yeah, and it'll tell you whether it's driver lane or street.
I can promise you it's drive. I put it in for drive.
I got you. Got you.
Yes.
Thank God for GPS. We'd all
You would be
get
lost.
lost. I mean, it's one of the best inventions there was.
My wife
We
was
have to
thinking
pull over and look at the maps no more. So what else we want to talk about? Anything? We've had about 45 minutes.
Let's talk about.
Talk a little bit about
Yeah.
your place, and then we'll do. Y'all all know the Tiger Chant. We'll finish with that.
I hope you do.
If not, you just follow us.
I'll watch.
So y'all's hours. What are your hours?
Our hours are 8:30 to 6. Thank you.
36 every day, or Off of-
Every day on Sundays, we are open 12 to 5. Yes.
12 to 5. You're
Okay.
going to be in Greenville at the Expo Center, right?
Yes.
On January the 3rd.
3rd through the 5th, the whole weekend.
Whole weekend. That's a big thing. I see it on TV and hear it on the radio. I went one time to it. So go down there and see them, or come down there and get. This is a perfect thing for a Clemson fan or any football fan. I mean, you know, talk about tailgating style. Yeah. So
Yeah, take it to the away games. Take it to,
Yeah, away
to
games.
Clemson.
real good. You don't have to get a hotel.
Yep.
Yeah. You can drive in it. You can live in it for a while. So, yeah. All right. We're excited. Most exciting sports network in the nation. Let's get it. We'll go back and see how these picks go Sunday. And I'll see whether Mike was right or I was right. I'm usually right more. All right. Anything else? We're
I
at,
don't bet. That's the reason for it.
huh?
That's the reason I don't bet.
I've got a little betting app. I just started. I'm not putting a lot of money into it.
There's too many things.
Actually,
to
I
bet on now.
sent you a thing to sign up. If you sign up, I get some dollars to bet this week. But
Oh, is that right?
yeah, it's one of them things.
Okay.
Like you send me that acorn thing all the time. I keep telling you I've already got it, but
I forgot.
I don't bet a lot of money, but it's fun to kind of bet a little bit on football. It's legal. All right. Anything else?
No, do the chant.
All right. Ready?
Chop, chop. And don't
Gotta
do
make
it
sure-
wrong, by the way. I got to
Huh?
point out, last time, he pointed out, you do it wrong.
You go back to my video I did with Frank Howard's son. Hut 1 2.
I
Hut
don't
1
care.
2.
That's
It
old.
was military.
It's old.
He said
It's old.
he's a trip. You got to meet him. Frank Howard's son.
I have
You know, huh?
I have met
You
him.
met him?
Yeah.
He said he used a couple of words I'm not going to use right now. That's all wrong. This is how you do it. It's military. I was like,
Yes, 50 years ago. we'd
I'm
agree
like,
with
I don't
you.
want. I said, you're a legend. I don't want to piss you
Someone
off.
doing the tiger push-ups while we're doing this?
Joshua.
Yeah,
Huh?
Joshua.
Tiger
doing the
push-
push-ups?
I'm not doing any push-ups.
What?
I mean, I can't. What am I doing?
I mean, I'll tell you what. We try to get excitement down here, and Josh just bells on us. Look at me. I mean,
What are you going to do? Film me on the ground? Pull a
I'll do it
push-up?
in a heartbeat.
How many push-ups I got to do?
I got a phone sitting right here. I'll go
However
live.
many you think that Clemson's going to win by.
21.
I can do 21 push-ups. Are we going to do that?
No, just do the chant.
There's some
Yeah,
We'll do it after.
We'll do it
I would pay to
after.
see that, though.
All right. We're getting off track here. Ready? All right. Just follow me. We're not doing wrong or right. This is the way we do it. Ready? 1 2 hut 1 2 3 hut 1 2. Stop. All right, we're not going to do the
Not
military.
doing hut. Sorry.
I-
Sorry, he just blew
Jim-
it.
Jimmy-
What did I just
Jimmy-
say?
Jimmy Howard, I apologize. We're going to do it the way we've done it. You messed me up this summer when I met you about the military. All right.
1 2 3 4. Do it that way. Ready?
1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 C L E M S O N R T I G E R S. Fighters, fighters, fight, fight, fight. I'm in arms, baby. Woo, come get it.
God messes it up. I can't even recruit.
Adventure, Bob Lefford, Adventure Motorhomes, 198 Bob Lefford Drive. I got it right?
198 Bob
Lefford Drive. Come on out here and
Come on
get
down
you
here, guys. They got a
great
great
place,
selection.
great selection. Thank you. Thank you very much.